Close sibling relationship is a good predictor of a stable mental health later in life. Yeah. So if you're a parent of a child on the spectrum, how best can we be able to do this amongst the children that we are raising today? That's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. And if you're new here, this is Dr. Lema, and welcome to Autism and Beyond. What exactly are the challenges that come with raising a child on the spectrum? The first one is, of course, communication, as we do know that autism affects communication. So how these children communicate, how they express their feelings, how they express their frustrations, how they behave is different from a typical child. And then the second thing is usually that the sibling have this feeling of always being there, for this other sibling who is on the spectrum. So sometimes that puts up a heavy burden on them. Then the third thing is, even us as parents, you find most of the time, and it's very natural that we kind of focus all our attention on this one child, sometimes even ending up to sacrifice the attention that these other children need. Yes, having a child on the spectrum, sometimes their needs are much more as compared to the child who was typical, but that does not cancel the fact that these other children who are typical still need us as parents. There's also a lot of stigma and misunderstanding that comes with having a sibling who is on the spectrum. Sometimes they look at this other child who is not on the spectrum to be able to sort that, okay? And this has been shown to really affect their self-esteem, their self-confidence, and some usually even end up not wanting to be out in the public with their sibling who is on the spectrum. And last but not least is the fact that there's always this an imaginary long-term burden that comes with you having a sibling on the spectrum, yeah? Depending with where they are, depending with how much support they've been able to receive when they were younger, sometimes you find maybe they kind of feel, I have to be there for my brother, or I have to be there for my sister. So this thing of delegating the role of parenting this other child on the spectrum to another child is very wrong. So how best can we raise up these children together, knowing they are all children, no one is special than the other, just them growing up and understanding that yes, they are different, but then that's all that there is. So the first thing that you need to do is encourage communication. Yeah. You should always have these times in your family. I always call them family meetings or family bonding times, where each one of us is asked at home, what do they feel? Can they express their frustrations? Can they express their experiences? Are there things they wish for? Are there things that you're doing that are not appropriate? Yeah. So it is very wise for us all to always have an open communication at home. And as you listen to these other children's frustration, please do not judge them. Please do not guilt trip them, because sometimes as parents you kind of feel, don't you see that your brother or your sister is different? Don't you see that your brother or sister needs me more? Especially when they come out and start telling things like, Mommy, I think you don't spend time with us, or Daddy, I think you are not spending time with us. Then instead of you acknowledging it, you are actually also now trying to start shifting blame that you are actually doing that because this other child is on the spectrum. But what you should always remember is the fact that they also did not sign up for this thing called autism. Okay, so it has to be a parental responsibility to make sure that you carry the heavy lifting of having a child on the spectrum and not transferring that to your other children. Please. And the second thing that we need to do is empower siblings to understand what exactly autism is. What should they be expecting from their brother or from their sister? Okay? And this will come to realize you cannot empower the siblings if you as a parent are also not empowered. So it's very important to always empower yourself. Knowledge is power, at least it's potential power. But if you're able to have the knowledge and know how to use it and when to use it, then you become very powerful. Usually with knowledge comes the confidence, yeah? Because when you know when to anticipate, when you are not surprised by what is happening, when you know what is happening, even when people comment, you understand they'll be coming from a point of ignorance. And so even as siblings, you'll find it's very easy for them to rise up and speak on behalf of their brother or speak on behalf of their sister. The third thing is we should never compromise on quality time. Yes, one-on-one. If you have 3 children, you need to create time for each child so that they're able to experience you, to feel your presence, okay? All children at home have to feel seen, they have to feel heard, and they have to feel loved. It doesn't matter how tired you are as a parent, it doesn't matter how much weight you have to carry, but please, these are your children. Try as much as you can, prioritize your time, and you come to realize you cannot give quality time if yourself do not have quality time with yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup. So please remember, as much as we are really pressing these hard demands on you, the first step is always to make sure that you as a parent have a good and proper mental health. The fourth thing is encourage activities together. Encourage this one-on-one, can be one-on-one or even, bonding together. Have activities that you are able to do together. Do walks, do cycling, go for swimming, read stories together. Just have something that all of you can be comfortably be able to participate, so that at the end of the day, you can laugh together, you can cry together, you can make jokes together, because that's what really siblings do. Yeah. These siblings become friends right from home. Okay? And usually we know for you to foster healthy relationships, to foster healthy friendships, you have to really spend time together. And this could be both play or chores. Please remember. Yes, even a child on the spectrum should be allocated for chores at home. But the whole idea is these kids should be able to be doing everything that all the other kids are doing, unless there's a medical contraindication that they won't be able to. But not you as a parent thinking like, oh my God, this baby is like this or this baby like this. I always tell you, you should always seek to make sure that your child on the spectrum is as independent as possible, because out here, no one cares. So the best gift you can give your child on the spectrum is to make sure that they are able to stand on their 2 feet without needing a lot of support. The fifth thing is you need to set boundaries, okay? And by this, I mean, as a parent, you need to make sure that the siblings understand they are not parents to this other child. They are not responsible for the care of this other child. They can only support what they can. They can only help what they can. But it should not go to an extent where they are denying this other child on the spectrum not to grow. Okay? So it has to be very clear that these are things that parents do, and these are the things that you as siblings do. If they are going to engage in a fight, if they are going to engage in a pull and push, that is what sibling is. Siblinghood, is there anything like that? That's what it is. Okay? So you as a parent have no business to start entering into their business, because you feel now this one cannot express themselves. I don't. This other one is not. No. If they're not able to express themselves, let them find a way of communicating with a sibling. And the best way to do that is allowing them to actually just figure their way out. The moment you as a parent interfere with that, you're actually building dependency. That anytime something happens, they'll always be coming back to you. And that's really not what you want. And then again is empower your autistic child. Give them as much skills as you can. Actually, what I always say, your autistic child is first a child. So treat your autistic child as first a child, then the autism is secondary. Okay? So anything that you're going to be doing to the other typical children should also be done to the autistic child, including disciplining, including punishment, including the responsibilities that come with you growing up in your home. Okay? Those have to be very clear. Okay? Yes, they have challenges, and yes, the way you communicate to them may be different, and yes, maybe they'll not be able to keep up with the age, but whatever the case, what you use is their mental developmental stage. Okay, so if whatever they are doing is something they can be able to do, please make sure you task them, because they have to develop the skills, because they have to be empowered, because they have to be independent human beings. And the seventh thing is make sure that you practice empathy, you practice patience, you practice calmness, you practice love, you practice kindness as a parent. Okay, I always say the best way to teach empathy and love and kindness and calmness in a family is by you, the parent, modeling all of that. So whatever you want to see in your children, and this is not specific to autistic children, whatever you want to see your children do, please be a model for that. There's a lot of talking sometimes, but if you're not showing, trust me, chances are no one is going to do it. Please make sure that if you feel you're overwhelmed, please, it's okay to seek professional help. No one really prepared us to have a child on the spectrum. And so it's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing at all. However, these are our children. This is our reality. Okay? Somehow we need to figure this out. Time is not waiting for anybody. We're not going to be given any special treatment simply because we are raising children on the spectrum. No. So if you feel overwhelmed, it is okay to seek for help. If you feel overwhelmed, it's okay to take an hour out, 2 hours, a day out, so that you're able to always recharge. Okay. And then the ninth thing is, please pray for yourself, pray for your children, ask for divine wisdom, because I do believe through divine wisdom, you're going to get ideas and strategies that even you were not able to think of. All right. So I really hope this helps someone. And yes, if you are watching up to this moment in time, please remember to subscribe and leave a comment. What has worked for you? What has not worked for you? What challenges are you having? It'll always be an honor to hear from you guys. Till then, bye-bye and take care.